Why Azusa Pacific University? Well, I'm a San Diegan through and through. I grew up here, spending my days at the beaches. This is a picture of the Silver Strand. I also really enjoy going to Balboa Park. It's filled with museums and attractions that you can't find elsewhere in the world. When I considered going back to school, I considered my alma mater, San Diego State. But the thought of the traffic, the parking problems, being alone in the large parking structures, being crammed into a large lecture hall, made me feel no more like a student than some commodity. And my church, The Rock, introduced me to a new idea, Azusa Pacific University. Azusa Pacific University is an evangelical Christian school that started in 1899. It is God-centered, and it prepares Christians for work throughout the world. The classes are small, no larger than 15 or 20 students. Students get a chance to know each other, as well as get to know their professors. APU has a San Diego Regional Center, and it caters to digital teaching and learning, which is a format at the forefront of education today. My action research plan was to clean and organize my storeroom. That was a little ambitious. As you can see, I can't open the door and it's filled with years of junk. That includes rugs, crowbars, unicycles, ancient photos, and beach chairs galore. The plan was a good plan. I was going to work 2 hours a day, 3 times a week for 2 weeks. But then came distractions. I'd rather hide or sleep under the blankets than do anything besides clean that storeroom. By the second, third, fourth, and fifth days, I was just looking at the door to the storeroom. I didn't want to do it. I saw it as my great nemesis. One day, I just looked at the garage. I didn't even open that up, but I knew I had to get to the problem. After all, I had an action research plan. You can see, by the last day, I finally got around to doing it. And I collected trash and piles and trash and more piles of things to be thrown away. And finally, my storeroom was clean. It was an epic fail with wonderful consequences. The shelves are cleared and organized, as you can see here. My grout, my candles, my books, my boxes. And on the other side, you can see here, another box, my bonsai tree, things that are important to me. Over here are my ancient photos stored safely. My unicycle is now stored unobstructed. My bicycle is stored safely. And now I've placed a stool near the workbench, should I ever decide to really use it. Portfolio, Physical Science, Electricity and Magnetism for the 4th grade. California State Content Standards 4th grade Physical Sciences, edited for key points. Electricity and magnetism are related, as a basis for understanding this concept. Students know how to design and build simple series and parallel circuits. Students know how to build a compass. Students know electric currents produce magnetic fields, and they know how to build an electromagnet. Students know the role of electromagnets in the construction of electromotors and simple devices. Students know electrically charged objects attract or repel each other. Students know that magnets have 2 poles. And students know electrical energy can be converted into heat, light, and motion. Why electricity and magnets? Well, what if we have a zombie apocalypse? Or World War III? Or maybe the plague? Or any one of the other natural disasters that can befall humankind? Who will help us? Who will save the world? Well, if you're in my 4th grade, you'll be able to save the world, and you won't have to use sticks and stones to rebuild things. There will be 5 investigations. They are the force, making connections, advanced connections, current attractions, and making it click. In the first investigation, the force, students will discover the force of magnetic properties, static electricity, and detecting magnetic fields. Students will ask questions, design experiments, and present the outcomes to the class. In the second investigation, students will design experiments and build working electrical connections to light a bulb, make a motor, and discover which materials or conductors are insulators of electricity. The third investigation focuses on advanced connections. Here students design and build both series and parallel circuits while also learning to draw simple schematics for their designs. They will use schematic symbols and summarize how they work. The fourth and most exciting investigation will have students discovering that electricity can flow through metal objects and induce magnetism. Students will build an electromagnet and design tests for measuring the strength of their electromagnet. The final investigation puts all of our learned concepts and skills together. Working in groups of 8, students will build a working long-distance electromagnetic telegraph. They will send and receive messages with each other and another group. Students will be able to use all their content skills and concepts on this design. Included in this unit, the lessons are designed around Gardner's multiple intelligences. All 8 of them will be utilized in most of the lessons. Also, the unit is designed to reach all of Bloom's taxonomy, working our way from remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and finally creating. Technology will be used in our classroom. It will be used for presentations. We'll use smartboards, iPads, and computers. They will be used at school and at home. We will use LiveBlog for blogging our experiences, Flipit for sequencing and hypothesizing our experiments, Google for supporting data and research on our vocabulary, ComicStrip to storybook our experiments and designs. MindMaster will be used for mapping. We'll use ShowMe for presentation to other students and for explaining. iMovie will be used to merge graphs and presentations as well as Keynote, and we will be using Pages to make writing available. Students will be expected to use these technologies at a 4th grade level. Students will use their academic vocabulary, content lessons, and concepts to present their ideas in a clear and logically sequenced format to the class. At times they will work in groups, with partners, or work independently.